Good Morning America. Search for answers. The new video obtained by ABC News showing the seconds before a New York City sightseeing helicopter broke apart and crashed into the Hudson River, killing 6 people. Part of the wreckage recovered, divers in the water hunting for more clues. What the touring company is saying this morning.
Deadly plane crash. A Cessna explodes in flames when it hits the ground in Boca Raton, Florida, killing all 3 people on board. The indications the pilot was having trouble before the plane went down.
Wild weekend weather, spring snow in the northeast, heavy rain along the east coast, the soggy forecast while the west swelters in record heat.
Trade war. The new phase as China retaliates, 125% tariffs on U.S. products taking effect overnight. The toll this could all take on U.S. businesses and the items that could go up by hundreds of dollars.
Bid for freedom, the major win for the Menendez brothers and their fight to get a resentencing hearing.
Justice won over politics. It's been a long time coming.
The star power in the courtroom as the brothers' aunt gives her first interview in 35 years.
And Coachella chaos. Attendees of the Desert Music Festival complaining of long traffic jams to enter the grounds with lack of water and few restrooms.
I've seen people pass out through heat exhaustion. It's just chaos.
How will organizers respond?
Live from ABC News in New York, this is Good Morning America.
A rainy, cloudy start in New York, but still a Good Morning America. Not such a great start, though, for Coachella. The latest on those complaints of 12-hour-long traffic jams in just a bit. But Gio, you might notice he's not here at the desk with us. He's joining us from Washington, where he's co-hosting the annual Cherry Blossom Festival Parade. Gio, how are things looking there this morning?
Oh, Janae and Whit, good morning. It is good to see you guys. You know, it's a little soggy here. We've been talking about that. It's happening all along the East Coast. We are feeling it here in Washington as well. But it is going to be a great parade. So I am so excited about that. And there's also major news here in Washington this morning in those court battles over the Trump administration's deportations. We're going to have all the details there in just a moment here.
Yep, more on that ahead. Gio will check back with you in just a bit. Also this morning, the latest numbers on measles cases nationwide topping 700 now. But we do begin here with 2 separate air disasters. A small plane crash in Florida Friday, killing 3 people near a major highway. But first, the investigation into that tragic helicopter crash in New York's Hudson River. ABC's Ike Ejiochi joins us now with the latest. Ike, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. We're now seeing a brand new angle of this horrific incident that claimed the lives of 6 people. And we warn you, what you're about to see could be disturbing to watch. This morning, we're getting a new look showing the terrifying moments before that sightseeing helicopter crashed into the Hudson River between New York and New Jersey Thursday, killing 6 people, including 3 children.
Be advised, we're going to report multiple calls for an aircraft down.
Investigators say the Bell 206 aircraft departed from downtown Manhattan just before 3 p.m., heading to the George Washington Bridge before turning back south along the New Jersey side of the river. In this video obtained by ABC News, you can see the chopper flying behind the high-rise. Then watch as it appears to turn to its right before disintegrating midair. Pieces of the tail rotor flying off, the main rotor spinning away from the helicopter body as the cabin perilously plunges into the Hudson River, crashing upside down. Federal investigators now conducting a wreckage exam on the engine and other components that have been found.
Hudson River is a very, very tough place to dive. So we're dealing with the expertise of the NYPD. They're going to make sure it's done safely, and we're going to recover what's down there.
Dive teams still recovering parts and pieces scattered all over the rocky terrain of the Hudson, even using sonar in areas 75 feet deep. ABC's Aaron Katersky was there.
Apparent pieces of the helicopter are still floating here in the Hudson River. We can see writing on what may be part of the fuselage, along with cushions from the helicopter's seats.
The 17-minute flight ending in a horrific tragedy for the family of 5 from Spain that was on board. Augustin Escobar and his wife Mercy, both executives at global tech company Siemens, along with their 3 children, ages 4, 8, and 10. Friday would have been the middle child's 9th birthday. The pilot, 36-year-old Sean Johnson, a Navy veteran, posted this video on Facebook 2 weeks ago, showing himself flying over Manhattan.
He's just super good dude. Just 100% friendly. Not a bad boom, it's always good ones.
The touring company releasing a statement saying New York Helicopter Tours is profoundly saddened by the tragic accident and loss of life. Our immediate focus is supporting the families and their loved ones affected by this tragedy, as well as fully cooperating with the FAA and NTSB investigations. The NTSB will continue to investigate this crash as more pieces are collected from the river's floor bed. They're also trying to determine the cause of this crash, even looking into reports of a large flock of birds in the area before the crash. It
really is such a tragedy. And Ike, you're also learning more information about another small plane crash near I-95 in Florida.
Yeah, that's right. The NTSB is investigating a small plane crash in Boca Raton, Florida, Friday that ended up claiming the lives of 3 people on board. There was also one man in a car nearby who suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Now, the small Cessna departed Boca Raton Airport around 10:15 in the morning and was on its way to Tallahassee International. It was in the air for about 10 minutes before investigators say it suffered a mechanical issue before crashing. The plane repeatedly circled near the Boca Raton Airport, flight radar showing its path in the air just 20 minutes before crashing just shy of the runway. This incident will remain under investigation. Gio?
And we are thinking of all of those families. All right, Ike, thank you so much. Now to President Trump's trade war, China retaliating, adding 125% tariffs to U.S. goods. The surcharge going into effect overnight, and ABC's Selena Wang is here in Washington at the White House now with this major development. Good morning, Selena.
Hey, good morning, Gio. The U.S.-China trade war is only getting worse. It's become a standoff between 2 global superpowers, and neither side is backing down. In fact, China is hitting back with 125% tariffs on American goods. Those steep tariffs go into effect today. This morning, the U.S.-China trade war heating up. Starting today, American goods entering China face a staggering 125% import tax. Beijing firing back after the U.S. imposed a massive 145% tariff on all goods from China. President Trump optimistic he could reach a deal with China's leader Xi Jinping.
I have great respect for President Xi. He's been, in a true sense, he's been a friend of mine for a long period of time. And I think that we'll end up working out something that's very good for both countries.
But Xi Jinping defiant, warning that America will only isolate itself. China's finance ministry saying the U.S. would go down as a joke in the history of world economics if Trump keeps piling on the tariffs. The U.S. imported nearly $440 billion worth of goods from China last year, everything from clothes to electronics. Take the iPhone 16 Pro Max, which currently costs $1,199. UBS estimates that could soon increase by $950. Consumers already feeling the squeeze, and businesses are too. Amy Rutherford owns this toy store in Alexandria, Virginia. She says virtually everything she sells is made in China or with parts from China.
What's the maximum price increase that this panda could go up to?
I mean, if it goes up to 145%,
it's an $80 panda. $80 panda at the maximum.
Yeah.
How do you see all of this affecting your business and sales?
Well, if it's an $80 panda from 32, then that makes a big difference. People aren't going to want to pay that.
And China's retaliatory tariffs could hurt American farmers the most. China buys more American soybeans than any other country. U.S. farmers exported nearly $13 billion worth of soybeans to China last year. In Williamsport, Ohio, Scott Metzger, a 6th-generation farmer, fears China will now buy their soybeans from elsewhere.
It could have long-term consequences that we may never gain back from it.
As of now, the White House says there are no negotiations happening between the U.S. and China, but Trump officials say that more than 70 countries have reached out to try and negotiate trade deals with the U.S. during this 90-day pause on most tariffs. But even with this 90-day pause, American consumers still face the highest effective tariff rate in more than 100 years. Whit.
So much at stake, and we saw how the markets reacted this week as well. Selena Wang for us, thank you. Now to the Trump administration's diplomatic mission in Russia. A top White House envoy meeting with President Putin about the war in Ukraine. ABC's Marcus Moore is in London with the latest on those talks. Marcus, good morning.
Well, hey, Whit, good morning. This high-stakes meeting between U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Russian President Vladimir Putin went on for more than 4 hours on Friday. The two met in St. Petersburg and talked about a range of issues, including the war in Ukraine, and were expected to also discuss when President Trump and Putin might have a face-to-face meeting. The Trump administration, as you know, has been calling for a swift end to the war between Russia and Ukraine, but so far a deal remains elusive. Both sides had agreed to a 30-day ceasefire, but the details of any such agreement have been difficult to iron out. Ukraine says Putin doesn't want peace, as Russia has managed to gain ground on the battlefield, now controlling about 20% of Ukrainian territory. And at this point, no one is suggesting that there will be an imminent breakthrough.
And Marcus, what can you tell us about the talks happening today between the U.S. and Iran?
Well, Janae, it's something we're watching very closely. Envoy Witkoff and officials from Iran are expected to speak on their nuclear program. Those talks are happening in Oman today. This after reports that Iran has accelerated its uranium enrichment program. Iran denies that it's for military purposes, but U.S. officials and others believe they're working towards further development on a potential nuclear weapon, which is something President Trump has said Iran will never be allowed to do. He's threatened military action if the current talks are not successful. And as you know, the U.S. has now moved more military assets into the region to apply pressure. Guys.
All right, a lot to watch there, Marcus. Thank you. Turning now back here at home to the court battles over the Trump administration's deportations. An immigration judge ruling the Columbia grad student who led pro-Palestinian protests can be deported based solely on the administration's claim that he threatens foreign policy. ABC's Christian Cordero joins us with the details as his defense team says the ruling sets a dangerous precedent. Christian.
That's right, Janae. Good morning to you. So Mahmoud Khalil was arrested outside his home in New York last month. He was taken to a detention center in Louisiana, where he faced an immigration judge.
He's not resisting.
This morning, a stunning ruling against Columbia University activist Mahmoud Khalil. An immigration judge in Louisiana ruling Khalil can be deported without any evidence on top of the administration's claim that he threatens foreign policy. Khalil is a permanent legal resident, and his wife, 8 months pregnant, is an American citizen. While at Columbia, he helped lead protests against the war in Gaza. In a memo, the administration cites a section of immigration law that says a migrant is deportable if their presence in the country has potentially serious adverse foreign policy consequences. The judge essentially saying that's good enough. After the hearing, Khalil addressed the court about due process rights and fairness, adding, quote, neither of these principles were present today.
This guy has never been convicted of a crime, never been charged with a crime. Very peaceful person.
His legal team blasting the ruling.
Today's hearing and the finding by the judge sets a really dangerous precedent. If this is allowed to stand, anyone could be next.
They now have until April 23rd to seek relief from deportation. Another high-profile immigration case had key hearings this week. Kilmar Abrego Garcia was deported by mistake to an El Salvadorian prison. On Thursday, the Supreme Court upheld a lower court ruling requiring the Trump administration to return Abrego Garcia to the U.S. That prompted the lower court judge to set a hearing yesterday, which she kicked off by asking where Abrego Garcia is and under whose authority. Attorneys for the DOJ said they don't know.
Now, that didn't sit well with the judge, who's now requesting daily status updates on Abrego Garcia's location and the administration's plans for his return. Gio?
And we know you'll keep following it, Christian. Thank you so much for that. Now to the latest court hearing for Lyle and Eric Menendez, the brothers hoping to reduce their sentences after spending 30 years in prison for killing their parents. ABC's Matt Gutman has more on this.
Overnight, a major win for the Menendez brothers and their fight for freedom.
Justice won over politics. It's been a long time coming.
A California judge siding with Eric and Lyle after a heated face-off between their attorney, Mark Garagos, and L.A. District Attorney Nathan Hochman's attempt to throw out a resentencing petition. The DA spending 3 hours rehashing the first trial, showing grisly photos like these from the crime scene and dismissing the brothers' claim that they were sexually abused by their father, Jose. Garagos firing back, calling Hochman a 90s Neanderthal for refusing to believe them.
They've waited a long time to get some justice, and today was actually probably the biggest day since they've been in custody.
The official resentencing hearing now slated for next week, and it could reduce the brothers' sentences of life without the possibility of parole for the 1989 shotgun murders of their parents.
The judge's decision to allow for a sentencing hearing is a huge win for the Menendez brothers for two reasons. One, they're going to have that resentencing hearing. And two, it appears that they at least have a judge who is willing to hear the arguments from both sides.
The recent Netflix hit Monsters putting the spotlight back on the decades-old case.
I don't know what I am, and I don't think I'll ever know.
Actor Cooper Koch, who played Eric in the series, attending Friday's hearing in support of the brothers, along with the Menendez extended family, steadfast in their belief that the brothers should be released.
We get to talk about who they are as people. We get to talk about their growth. We get to talk about their expressions of remorse and their rehabilitation. So we're all looking forward to that.
I sat down with the family exclusively just hours before the hearing.
You know, when kids are little and they come to you, you fix the problem. I can't help them. There's nothing I can do. Just go visit them and cry when I leave.
The brothers' aunt and Jose's sole surviving sister giving her first interview in 35 years.
It's a whole branch of my family erased. The ones that are gone and the ones that are still paying for it, which were kids.
For Good Morning America, Matt Gutman, ABC News, Los Angeles.
And our thanks to Matt Gutman for that report. Another story that we're following this morning, a convicted murderer is back in custody after being mistakenly released from a Georgia jail. Police say 22-year-old Cathan Guzman was arrested at his mother's home in Florida on Friday. Guzman was sentenced to life in prison for murdering his 19-year-old girlfriend. He'd been on the run for weeks after being accidentally set free by the Clayton County Jail because of what appears to be a paperwork error. This is the second time an inmate has been mistakenly freed from that very same jail since last year.
Lawyers for Luigi Mangione, the man accused of gunning down United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson last year, wants a federal judge to take the death penalty off the table. The move comes after Attorney General Pam Bondi publicly announced she wants him executed if found guilty on federal charges, citing the Trump administration's agenda to stop violent crime. Mangione's legal team calling it a political stunt, insisting the death penalty violates their client's constitutional rights. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to the charges.
Okay, Janae, now to the measles outbreak in America. Cases rising to more than 700. That's the most in 6 years. ABC's Zorin Shaw joins us now with the latest on this. Good morning, Zorin.
Good morning, Gio. We're seeing the highest number of measles cases since 2019, according to the CDC, and that number is continuing to go up. There are more than 700 cases of measles across the country. That's a jump in 100 cases since just last week, and experts think that could be an undercount because of a delay in reporting. Texas is reporting the most cases with over 540 patients. All except 10 cases are unvaccinated or have unknown vaccination status. 2 children in Texas who were unvaccinated have died. After the second child died, HHS Secretary Kennedy appeared to imply the outbreak was slowing down, but cases have actually been increasing for months, with cases reported in nearly half the states, and 5 states, Indiana, Kansas, New Mexico, Ohio, and Texas, are reporting outbreaks. According to the CDC, 11% of measles patients have been hospitalized this year. Most of those patients are under 19 years old. Janae.
Really disturbing updates there, Zorin. Thank you.
All right, Gio, you've got that plum assignment, co-hosting the annual Cherry Blossom Festival Parade in D.C. Rain or shine, it's going to be a great day, right?
It is going to be great no matter what, because, you know, guys, it really is such a pleasure to host this parade. You know how beautiful those cherry blossoms are, and they are also very meaningful. So Japan gave the United States 3,000 cherry trees back in 1912. It was a sign of friendship. They were planted around the tidal basin here in D.C. And when they bloom, it's straight out of a fairy tale. I mean, just look at those pictures right there. You can see that, the gorgeous Washington Monument right there. I'm co-hosting the Cherry Blossom Festival Parade today with our friends here in D.C. at WJLA ABC 7. So I'm heading out to the parade route right now, and I'm going to see you out there in our next hour with the Grand Marshal Ken Jennings from Jeopardy! And you know fashion icon Carson Kressley. He is a blast. he's going to be there as well. So I hope you'll join us because I think it's going to be a really great time.
You're going to have a good time.
Yeah, just bring your poncho.
Exactly. Just stay warm and dry, Gio.
You never know. All right, thank you. We'll check back with you in just a bit. Coming up here, we've got a lot to cover still on GMA. The new drone attack overnight sparking large fires in Kyiv.
And Coachella jam. Why some festival goers are complaining of 12-hour-long waits in traffic on the first weekend of the event.
And in our next hour, Justina Machado, the star of Pulse, joins us to talk about the hit show and her star return to Broadway.
It's hard not to sing along to that.
I'm glad you didn't on that one, though. Because I love your voice, but it's Whitney. You know what I mean? Can't mess that
Welcome
one up.
back to GMA on this Saturday morning. That, of course, is a scene from the 1992 blockbuster The Bodyguard, starring Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston. Movie executives telling Deadline that a remake is in the works, and it seems Sam Wrench, who directed Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour, is on board to direct it. The Bodyguard is still considered the best-selling movie soundtrack of all time.
Oh, it's great.
We all love to sing along.
You thought about it, but
I
you
did,
were like, you know
I did,
what?
but I was
I'm going to let this one go.
Let it play
out. It was a good call. All right, we do have some other headlines that we're going to follow this morning on this Saturday. Happening right now, Ukrainian officials saying that debris from a Russian drone attack sparked large fires in Kyiv overnight. 3 non-residential buildings and a home going up in flames. That home destroyed. 3 people are said to be injured, one of them needing to be hospitalized.
Also right now, the wife of celebrity hairstylist Fabio Cementelli has been found guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder in his 2017 stabbing death. The 49-year-old was found with stab wounds on the patio of his California home. Monica Cementelli's sentencing is scheduled for June 23rd.
And a warning for parents. Fisher-Price is recalling more than 250,000 stroller toys because of possible choking hazards. Fisher-Price says the yolk of the toy egg on its Brunch and Go stroller toys can crack and create small parts which could be ingested. The company says there have been no reports of any injuries so far.
And police in St. Joseph County, Indiana, say there was no harm, no foul when they had to remove a turkey that found its way, there the laughs, into a local pharmacy. Officers cornered the bird, then escorted it out of the building, releasing it back into the woods.
What's the protocol for that? That officer is like trying to, how do you grab a turkey?
Really?
Get it out of the store.
Around the neck, I guess.
I guess so. It's like, come here, you. All right, we do have a lot to cover, and we start this half hour with more on the former college assistant football coach accused of hacking personal information and intimate photographs and videos of thousands of athletes and former students. One of the women whose information was allegedly hacked is now speaking out. ABC's Phil Lipoff is here with more. Phil, good morning.
Hey, Wick, good morning to you. This morning, this case is expanding, believe it or not, and prosecutors are now giving us a sense of just the sheer volume of information Weiss allegedly have. We know now that all the students did not go to Michigan, and one woman who was a former athlete who didn't play for Michigan says Weiss had her most private moments.
McCarthy sprints out of the pocket, throws,
This morning, new details in the case against former University of Michigan assistant football coach Matthew Weiss, accused of hacking into the emails and social media accounts of more than 3,000 people, most of them female student athletes. Federal investigators revealed they seized thousands of explicit photos and videos from Weiss. Now, one of those alleged victims is speaking out publicly.
I felt uneasy, disrespected, and incredibly upset.
Lexi Alden did not attend Michigan, but played volleyball at both the University of Maryland and Loyola University in Chicago. The Department of Justice notifying her that Weiss had possession of her data.
I think just because there is such a drastic amount of data that he had, and some of it being very explicit, I can't say what he has, but again, I also wouldn't like to know.
Alden is now part of a new class action lawsuit against Weiss, the University of Michigan, and a data firm.
We are young and vulnerable, and we put our trust into these schools to make sure that we're safe, and unfortunately that did not happen.
Do you have anything to say?
Weiss pleading not guilty to unauthorized computer access and identity theft. He has not responded to our request for comment.
I think it is really important for people who have been injured and violated in this fashion to be change agents. It's incredibly important to the healing process. So we hope to deliver on that promise.
So Alden's attorney tells us there are actually people impacted by this data breach who have not yet received information from the DOJ about this. Weiss is facing 5 separate class action suits, and that number could go up. If convicted, he faces decades in prison.
Wow, the idea that there could be people out there who don't yet know that they were victims of this.
After all the people we know about.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, Phil. The massively popular Coachella Festival is now underway, but some attendees are upset this morning, recounting how they were stuck in traffic in the California desert, some for up to 12 hours without access to water or restrooms. ABC's Ashan Singh says many are now comparing it to the defunct Fire Festival. Good morning, Ashan.
Morning, Janae. And it's the kickoff weekend of the country's most popular music festival. Coachella is underway in Indio, California, and with over 125,000 attendees expected each day, some festival goers arriving to the campgrounds are already raising red flags.
This was the most unorganized, understaffed, logistical nightmare period ever.
This morning, Coachella, the massive multi-weekend desert music festival with headliners like Lady Gaga, Travis Scott, and Post Malone, is off to a rough start. Attendees flocking to social media.
13 hours later, we're still not in line.
I've seen people pass out through heat exhaustion. It's just chaos. We've been here personally since 3 a.m. and this is crazy. It's literally almost 11.
Drivers bumper to bumper along the highway to enter the festival. Some stuck in traffic for up to 12 hours. And with temperatures in the high 90s, lack of water, and few restrooms, attendees are fed up.
We paid $600 a ticket plus $300 for the car camping pass. Like, this is absurd. Why are we spending this money to spend 8 hours in a car and we're not even inside yet?
Some claiming Coachella's official app, misrepresenting how campers would get to their assigned gate. Flooding Coachella's Instagram with angry posts. How dare you, Coachella? It's been over 5 hours and we have not set up camp. The worst Coachella ever. Never again, writes one user. And there's cars getting pushed now in line because they ran out of gas.
#FireFestChella.
Some comparing the gathering to the notorious Fire Festival, the disastrous music event in the Bahamas that ended in a legendary collapse of hype, poor planning, and dozens of lawsuits. Coachella has not responded to our request for comment.
And guys, all eyes will turn to Monday morning, where a similar rush leaving the festival is expected. While it seems like these mass lines come year in and year out, they only seem to be getting longer. It'll be interesting to see how organizers respond to going into its second weekend, where fans will descend on Coachella Valley once again, guys.
It will be interesting to see as they're all trying to get out.
Seriously.
They did get Lady Gaga, though, right?
That's right, yeah.
They got Gaga.
They do get Gaga.
Crossing fingers for Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
Yes, I know, especially after last year, right?
The reward, perhaps, at the end of it.
For sure.
Thank you, Ashan. We appreciate it. And how the movies can be sources of inspiration and motivation for those on a recovery journey. ABC's Will Gans found out how viewers are using film as a valuable resource here. Will, good morning.
Yeah, this story is right in the middle of the Venn diagram of my personality, which I'm obsessed with. As someone who is in recovery myself, I found that there is no wrong way to find sobriety. And in this Alcohol Awareness Month, there's growing momentum behind cinema therapy, which is using film and TV to spark some real-world recovery.
Please! I want to live again!
From It's a Wonderful Life to Good Will Hunting.
It's not your fault.
Sometimes watching someone else's story is the best way to help you rewrite your own.
Movies saved my life. That's just how it's always been for me. I always turn to stories to escape, to learn things about myself, to learn things about the world.
Christopher Rudd just celebrated 13 years of sobriety, and he says film has been with him through each scene in his own journey.
I was living in this abandoned apartment at one point, and I had like 3 DVDs, and I just watched them over and over and over and over. And, you know, as bad as things got, they kept me alive.
And film is still a huge part of his life in recovery today. Just check out that Blu-ray collection behind him now.
When I was 19, I had probably about 400 DVDs, and I sold them for drugs. The fact that I have this is just really special to me.
I'm going to talk about the new movie that came out today that everybody wants to talk about.
Chris works as a full-time content creator discussing film and television with 1 million followers across social media. His TikTok handle, Movies Are Therapy.
I miss it. I miss how good it made me feel.
In The Outrun, Saoirse Ronan plays a character with alcohol use disorder who's on the road to recovery.
So it gets easier, does it?
Oh, yes. Yes, it does. You have my word on that. But it never gets easy. It just gets less hard.
There are things that you don't know how to say until you hear someone else say them. And like movies really offer a chance for that to happen.
The film is showing you an experience that you identify with that you didn't know anyone else experienced, and that was lonely, and now you're seeing it depicted on this 50-foot screen.
Psychotherapists say that film and television can change the game for anyone in the therapeutic process.
Often I'll get them to engage with art, particularly film or TV, and I'll go watch something, but watch it intentionally. Watch it in terms of what triggered me, when did I start crying, when did I notice I was smiling, and why.
And some support groups are following suit. One program called Recovery Movie Meetups uses movies like A Star is Born to foster recovery-related discussions, aiming to beat addiction one movie at a time.
I embarrassed you in that.
I'm not embarrassed of you.
Meanwhile, back in the Cincinnati area, Chris hopes that anyone struggling out there knows their own Hollywood happily ever after is possible through film or something else completely.
I never thought it was possible. And so if you think it's not possible, hang in there. Right around the corner might be the help that you didn't know was coming.
So Dr. Sarah, who we met in the piece there, says that movies and TV are a great tool for anyone in the therapeutic process, but they're not the entire toolbox. And for anyone struggling with substance use disorder, you can call the number on your screen. Like Chris said, the help you've been waiting for might be a lot closer than you think.
That was such a great piece,
Yeah.
Will, and exposing us to something that many may not have known is out there, but could help so many people.
Right.
Good on you for sharing.
Not everybody can get into a therapist's office or
Yeah.
can get into the rooms of recovery, but anybody can sit down and watch a movie. So
Yeah, find that support where you can.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Will. Now with our play of the day, and a surprise overnight for a huge Knicks fan. 18-year-old Calvin Marr got the chance to not only meet one of his idols before the game, Karl Anthony Towns. The two connected over the shared experience of losing a parent. And during their meeting, Towns had quite the surprise for Calvin.
You will be getting 60, right?
60,000.
I wanted to make sure because that's a lot of money and I don't want to mess up. $60,000. So congratulations, man.
Did you catch that? $60,000, Garden of Dreams Foundation there. Inspire, this is a college scholarship. Calvin plans to study musical theater in Albany. It's amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
To meet one of his favorite players and then incredible
And you got the
surprise
scholarship.
there. Yeah.
All right, coming up here on GMA in our second hour, our GMA cover story looking at the potential impacts of the tariffs and the possible sticker shock of some popular products.
And I am here in Washington, D.C. Just take a look behind me. We are co-hosting the National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade. It is set to get underway here. Grand Marshal Ken Jennings will join us. Carson Kressley will join us. All of that coming up right here in just a few minutes.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Search for answers. The new video obtained by ABC News showing the seconds before a New York City sightseeing helicopter broke apart and crashed into the Hudson River, killing 6 people. Part of the wreckage recovered. Divers in the water hunting for more clues. What the touring company is saying this morning.
The battle over tariffs and what it means for your wallet when you could see prices start to rise from tech to toys to cars and how you can prepare.
Our series, Our Home, counting down to Earth Day. Viral video capturing a lawn fire as it explodes in size in just seconds. What can cause wildfires to spread so quickly and what it tells us about climate change.
And check your pulse. Justina Machado is live in Times Square talking about her hit new show.
You were careless, you were reckless, you were arrogant.
And her return to Broadway. As she says,
Good morning, America.
It's Saturday morning. This is GMA.
There we go. Good morning, America. It's so great to have you with us on this Saturday. We're very excited to have actress Justina Machado here joining us live in studio this morning. Also, our buddy there, Gio, we do miss you, but you're live in Washington co-hosting the National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade with Ken Jennings and Carson Kressley. Gio, how are the last-minute preps coming along?
Listen, they are so ready to go. You're ready to go? You're ready to go. They are so ready to go here in Washington, D.C. It is so exciting. We are going to talk to Ken and Carson a little later on this morning. But listen, there's no rain. This is a miracle. It is a cherry blossom miracle here in D.C., guys.
No rain, and you are sunshine out there, Gio Benitez. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit later on in the show, but we do have a lot of news to get to this morning, including the battle over President Trump's tariffs and the effect on your wallet.
And we do begin here with two separate air disasters. A small plane crash in Florida Friday, killing 3 people near a major highway, and the investigation into that tragic helicopter crash in New York's Hudson River. ABC's Ike Ejiochi joins us with the very latest. Ike, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. We're now seeing a brand new angle of this horrific incident that claimed the lives of 6 people, and we warn you, what you're about to see could be disturbing to watch. This morning, we're getting a new look showing the terrifying moments before that sightseeing helicopter crashed into the Hudson River between New York and New Jersey Thursday, killing 6 people, including 3 children.
Be advised, we're going to report multiple calls for aircraft down.
Investigators say the Bell 206 aircraft departed from downtown Manhattan just before 3 p.m., heading to the George Washington Bridge before turning back south along the New Jersey side of the river. In this video obtained by ABC News, you can see the chopper flying behind the high-rise. Then watch as it appears to turn to its right before disintegrating midair. Pieces of the tail rotor flying off, the main rotor spinning away from the helicopter body as the cabin perilously plunges into the Hudson River, crashing upside down. Federal investigators now conducting a wreckage exam on the engine and other components that have been found.
Hudson River is a very, very tough place to dive. So we're dealing with the expertise of the NYPD. They're going to make sure it's done safely, and we're going to recover what's down there.
Dive teams still recovering parts and pieces scattered all over the rocky terrain of the Hudson, even using sonar in areas 75 feet deep. ABC's Aaron Katersky was there.
Apparent pieces of the helicopter are still floating here in the Hudson River. We can see writing on what may be part of the fuselage, along with cushions from the helicopter's seats.
The 17-minute flight ending in a horrific tragedy for the family of 5 from Spain that was on board. Augustin Escobar and his wife Mercy, both executives at global tech company Siemens, along with their 3 children, ages 4, 8, and 10. Friday would have been the middle child's 9th birthday. The pilot, 36-year-old Sean Johnson, a Navy veteran, posted this video on Facebook 2 weeks ago, showing himself flying over Manhattan.
He's just super good dude. Just 100% friendly. Not a bad bone, you know. It's always good ones.
The touring company releasing a statement saying New York Helicopter Tours is profoundly saddened by the tragic accident and loss of life. Our immediate focus is supporting the families and their loved ones affected by this tragedy, as well as fully cooperating with the FAA and NTSB investigations. The NTSB will continue to investigate this crash as more pieces are collected from the river's floor bed. They're also trying to determine the cause of this crash, even looking into reports of a large flock of birds in the area before the crash.
Just so heartbreaking. And Ike, you're also getting more information about another crash, a small plane, and this was near a major highway in Florida.
Yeah, that's right, Whit. The NTSB is investigating a small plane crash in Boca Raton, Florida Friday that ended up claiming the lives of 3 people on board. There was also one man in a car nearby who suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Now, the small Cessna departed Boca Raton Airport around 10:15 in the morning and was on its way to Tallahassee International. Now, it was in the air for about 10 minutes before investigators say it suffered a mechanical issue before crashing. Now, the plane repeatedly circled near Boca Raton Airport. Flight radar showing its path in the air just 20 minutes before crashing
just shy of the runway, Janae.
All right, just terrible tragedies all around. Ike, thank you. Overseas, Greek authorities are investigating a bombing outside of the country's railway headquarters in Athens. The bomb went off near the offices of Hellenic Train Friday night. No injuries have been reported. Local media saying a couple of outlets had received an anonymous call shortly before the blast, with the caller warning that a bomb had been planted and was going to explode. The attack is believed to be in retaliation for a railway disaster 2 years ago that left 57 people dead.
A major win for the Menendez brothers in their fight for freedom. A California judge siding with Eric and Lyle after LA's district attorney attempted to throw out a resentencing petition. The DA dismissing the brothers' claims that they were sexually abused by their father, Jose, and killed him and their mother in self-defense. The brothers' lawyer firing back, calling the DA a 90s Neanderthal for refusing to believe them. The official resentencing hearing is now slated for next week.
Now to the measles outbreak in the U.S. Cases now surpassing more than 700. ABC's Zareen Shaw joins us with the latest. And Zareen, this is the most we've seen in at least 6 years.
It is. Good morning, Janae. We're seeing the highest number of measles cases since 2019, according to the CDC, and that number is continuing to go up. There are more than 700 cases of measles across the country. That's a jump in 100 cases since just the last week. And experts think that could be an undercount because of a delay in reporting. Texas is reporting the most cases with over 540 patients. All except 10 cases are unvaccinated or have unknown vaccination status. 2 children in Texas who were unvaccinated have died. And the second child died. After the second child died, HHS Secretary Kennedy appeared to imply the outbreak was slowing down. But cases have actually been increasing for months, with cases reported in nearly half the states, and 5 states, Indiana, Kansas, New Mexico, Ohio, and Texas, are reporting outbreaks. According to the CDC, 11% of measles patients have been hospitalized this year, and most patients are under 19 years old. Whit.
All right, Zareen Shaw for us. Thank you. It is a close race at the Masters in Augusta. Justin Rose was able to keep the lead on Friday, but has some golf greats right on his heels. Bryson DeChambeau ended the day within 1 shot, and right behind him are Rory McIlroy and then Scotty Scheffler, who is only 3 shots behind. The 44-year-old Rose has gone a dozen years since winning his only major at the 2013 U.S. Open, but looking good so far.
Yeah, good luck to all the players.
You're a big golfer, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Mini golf, the
My
putt-putt.
swing, you should see it on the green.
Right, yes.
Thank you, Whit, for that. Still coming up here in our GMA morning menu, how tariffs may affect prices you pay for everyday things.
Also ahead here, Tori Johnson with can't miss deals and steals for your home.
And our own Cherry Blossom Geo is live in Washington as festivities get underway for one of the city's biggest events of the year. We'll be right back here on GMA.
All right, we are back now with our GMA cover story, the escalating trade war between the U.S. and China as China announces increased tariffs on American goods, now up to 125%. Phil Lipoff joins us now to break down what Trump's tariffs on Chinese goods coming into the U.S. could actually mean for our budgets. Phil.
Yeah, and we start with the baseline of those 10% tariffs across the board and the 145% tariffs on China. It's most likely going to mean higher prices for Americans. We're talking about everything made in China, sold here, like smartphones, computers, other electronics, and of course clothing. Let's take Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max 256 gigabyte for an example. It currently has a retail price of $11.99, subject to 145% China tariffs. UBS analysts estimate the price consumers will pay $950 more. That's 79% more, since it, most like all phones, are made in mainland China. One of the hardest hit sectors also will be toys. 77% of toys in the U.S. are made in China, so prices are bound to jump and possibly more than double in some cases. Beyond imports from China, we could see hikes on products like diapers and canned goods.
And so how soon could we start seeing this impact on prices?
Well, it's an important question, and obviously it's something businesses and customers have been concerned about. The answer really depends on the products and how much inventory retailers have in stock. For instance, fresh produce can be front-loaded, of course, so we could see the costs go up pretty quickly within a week. Packaged foods, alcohol could take a little longer, possibly within the next 3 months. And then another import, cars, vehicles could go up in 1 to 2 months, and then appliances would take about 4 to 6 months, along with clothing and footwear. Here's the thing for footwear parents, listen to this. Experts are saying it will be up around back to school time.
Okay. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So basically what people want to know is how can they avoid breaking the bank?
Well, you've heard your parents say it, experts say it too, control what you control. That's all you can control. The best thing you can do right now is plan, consider to buy big ticket items you may need to buy in the next year or so. Try to get a jump on it now. Also important, keep those holiday sales in mind. Memorial Day weekend just around the corner. Some good deals then as well, so you may want to figure that a time to buy as well.
Going back to your parent advice, control what you can control.
Yeah, Phil. And I'm a dad, so I say it.
Thank you so much. Okay. And Gio, of course, missing at the desk with us because he is in our nation's capital where the sights and sounds of spring are on full display. The National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade set to begin shortly. And Gio, you're co-hosting today. Tell us how it's looking out there.
You know what? The sun is out. We don't have any rain. It's feeling a little chilly, though, so a little not spring-like. But you know what? We'll deal with it this morning. And look who's with me right here. The parade Grand Marshal Ken Jennings from Jeopardy and Carson Kressley, fashion icon, clearly.
Stop.
You're on the scene. It's your 5th year.
It is, yes. It's my 5th year of looking like a human Easter egg. But it's fun. It's a spring tradition here in D.C., and I love being a part of it.
What can we expect today from this parade?
Well, it's not going to rain on our parade like it almost did. This is my very first parade. I have no idea what to expect.
Really?
I have never been in a parade.
Okay, so this is his very first, and you're the Grand Marshal. How did it feel getting that call saying, hey, we'd like you to be the Grand Marshal?
Well, I have nowhere to go but down from here. Grand Marshal in my first parade?
I know.
Are you kidding? I'm done.
That's a tough act to follow, but I'm going to give you lots of tips. It's going to be fine. If you get scared, just come to me. I'll hold you.
So what are some of those tips?
Oh, the
You've done it
tips.
5 years.
Well, it's about having fun. It's about welcoming spring. This is the kind of the final act of the National Cherry Blossom Festival here in D.C. There's been amazing events all spring long, and now this is the big day to kind of cap it off. And there's bands from all over the country. There are gymnastic groups. There's antique cars. There's giant balloons. So it's just,
great.
Just soak it up.
And those cherry blossoms, we're seeing some of those images there. It's always so much fun. People have such a good time.
Yes.
And I think that is what this is all about, right? Having a good time and enjoying the moment.
I was told I just had to wave.
Yeah. Do
you have any tips, Carson?
It's really all in the
Queen
wrist.
wave?
Yeah, all you do is do that.
Ken Jennings, Carson Kressley, thank you so much, my friends. Appreciate it. Guys, back to you.
All right, Gio. Looks like you guys are already
this.
having a good time. In the National Cherry Blossom Parade streams live on WJLA.com at 10 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings to see if it airs where you are this morning.
All right, now to our series, Our Home, looking at wild weather across the country as we count down to Earth Day later this month. And Samara, you have some video of some fast spreading fires on a lawn.
Yeah, man, it's really intense. Our planet's super dynamic here. Take a look at this. Check out just how quickly this fire spread in South Carolina. When we say there's a red flag warning in your area, this is what we mean. Conditions are like a tinderbox. Now, new data from NOAA finds South Carolina had its driest first 3 months of the year in nearly 40 years. The extremely dry conditions were the primary contributor here, and across the state, millions of downed trees from Hurricane Helene provided fuel for the fires. Climate change has contributed to the dry conditions that made these fires more likely and more intense. Now, NOAA says warming temperatures, drier conditions, and shifts in precipitation contribute to an increase in the frequency of large wildfires each year. We also saw that in the Northeast recently, where we've seen wildfires in places that we aren't really accustomed to seeing them in, including New York, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. Now, that's some really terrifying
There
video.
really is, just how a landscaping tool can really spark a fire that goes that quickly.
Did you see how quickly it spread there? Yeah, and over 84% of wildfires are actually started by humans, whether it's an accident or arson.
All right, it is time now for Deals and Steals. Tori Johnson is here with products for your kitchen and your home, and they're all from small businesses. Tori, good morning to you. Yes, so what do we have here?
Right to it.
Marley's Monsters, they make it so easy to live sustainably, to make very eco-friendly swaps. They are best known for what's called their unpaper towels. So you could have this roll right here. First of all, how much cuter is this than your average paper towel?
So much cuter.
So much cuter.
Yes.
There's so many different patterns to choose from. I am obsessed with them. And what's great is that they're reusable, and with great care, these can last for years.
Oh, I love that.
And so it sometimes takes a little, you gotta like pull the plug on the paper
My
towels.
kids use like 1,000 paper towels.
That's
I'm like,
right.
stop.
That's right. So this is more environmentally friendly.
Okay.
It's going to also save you money over the long haul.
Easy to clean.
Easy to clean. They've got so many different options. And you know what? When your kids see the patterns, they're going to realize why Dad switched. All 50% off today. Big assortment from Marley's Monsters.
Love it.
Okay,
all right,
then
we got
we're
to clean the
sticking with
house,
the
right?
Cleaning. This is called Quick and Bright, and it grease, grime, any kind of stains. It's a truly one solution for everything.
Okay.
And it's concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way. Kitchens, bathrooms, carpet, upholstery, no matter where you're going to use it, this will work. It's also made in America, which we like too. We've got a great assortment. This will help to replace dozens of cleaning options that are already kind of underneath your kitchen cabinet. All slash and have today starts at
And
$12.
non-toxic?
Non-toxic.
Yeah, okay, all right,
Non-toxic.
excellent.
Probably
Good for
the
kids
headline
and dogs and all that stuff?
Yes,
Excellent.
the headline. Okay, e-cloth. This is an easy way to clean with just water. So we've got a variety of options. These right here are their window cleaning cloths. We also, I like in the pack, it comes with this one. Windshield, that's the, this is like, they're gonna get rid of like the haze on the windshield of your car. That's a great one. One of the things though that I love the most is the dusting bundle. So, imagine when you have to reach up to do dusting.
Top of the cabinets, there we go.
Yeah.
The ceiling fans.
That's right. Seriously.
The close-up.
There's no excuse for you not to do the cleaning when you can reach the areas.
Yeah.
They've created incredible bundles for us. Again, just water. And this, the dust traps to that, which is, it's such a good product. I've used it. 50% off the bundles today from eCloth.
All right, here we go. What's next?
I know Janae wants one of those.
Yes, she does.
All right, GNF products. Protect your hands from any kind of work you're doing.
Okay.
This one right here, heat resistant.
My favorite color.
Up to 932 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, so hot equipment,
Like an oven mitt?
grills, ovens, but it's not just for the oven. You could use it on the grill. If you're handling hot equipment, people use those. And obviously we've got all the different colors
What
here.
about the fire pit outside sometimes? It's like a little too hot.
Yep, you could use it for that. Then we've got the cut resistant. So this is like when you're just doing chopping and things in the kitchen and you want to protect your hands. And then we also have latex free. So when you're doing the dishes, we've got lots of latex free options. All of these slash and half, they start at $6.
Lovely.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That you had to.
Okay.
Hearth. So for better sleep, these are simple, easy to use light bulbs to make a swap. We've got two here. That's the night light as well as the nursery light. And it's that amber color, and it mimics technology used by astronauts to control the day and night light.
Yes, that's key. That's key.
Yes, and then we've got this one that is daylight. Then you can use evening.
I love it.
And then night light. It's just a simple swap in your already existing lamps can really help your better sleep. It's a great investment. Starts at $750.
Love it.
And then finally, sound machines for better sleep. We've got the travel version. We've got this one that's great for even blocking distracting noises in the office. And then this one that can fit on a stroller anywhere. Everything from yoga, sleep, slash and have starts at $14.
Excellent, Tori. Thank you so much. Now with Win the Weekend and the surprise cheerleader won marathon in training encountered on her daily runs here. Christina Lee started training to run her first marathon last fall and began seeing a familiar face pop up along her route there. Her dad, Thomas, surprising her, bringing her, things like water, snacks, or his dog to inspire Christina to keep on going.
So Christina telling GMA that when she first started training, Dad drove ahead of her to give her energy snacks, but she joked that she was so slow she didn't even need them. Christina did finish her first marathon, the New York City Marathon, last November. Now she's in training for the Sydney Marathon in Australia this August. You can be sure Dad's stocking up on snacks and bottled water to support her every step of the way.
Way to go, Dad.
She's like, the way people run one marathon and then want to do it again is so impressive.
Yeah.
So go her.
Go her and go, Dad.
Yes.
We'll be back in just a bit.
Back now on GMA with some of the top headlines that we are following right now. The U.S.-China trade war is heating up. Starting today, American goods entering China face a staggering 125% import tax. That comes as Beijing is firing back after the U.S. imposed a massive 145% tariff on all goods from China. President Trump still saying that he's optimistic he can reach a deal.
Denver Nuggets star Nikola Jokic has made history. He is now only the third player in NBA history to average a triple-double for an entire season. He joins legends Oscar Robertson, Russell Westbrook. Three-time NBA MVP confirmed his spot on Friday in a home game against the Memphis Grizzlies when he notched yet another triple-double.
And 2 years after its final curtain call, People magazine is reporting that the Phantom of the Opera is making its way back to Broadway. The new version of the Phantom-inspired show will be called Masquerade and is set to open later this year. You went to see that with your girls and everything? They loved
that
it, right?
show. Yeah, we've seen it so many times. So glad it's coming back. All right, now to one of the stars of the hit show that peaked at #1 on Netflix in the U.S., Pulse. We're going to talk to Justina Machado in just a moment, but first, take a look at this.
She's my daughter. How dare you? There were a dozen other people you could have consulted before taking her life into your own hands. You were careless, you were reckless, you were arrogant. And all you've proved is you have no understanding of the job I gave you.
Yeah, you're right. I actually didn't know it was my job to know where your daughter was.
Okay, given the business there. So you know her from One Day at a Time and Jane the Virgin, and now not only is she scrubbing in on Pulse, she's also starring on Broadway in Real Women Have Curves, the musical. Justina Machado, thanks so much for joining us.
God, thank you for having me. Yes.
Yes, we were just getting through all the Altoids before we got started right in the studio.
Yes, I was like chewing Altoids, coffee breath.
It's so good to have you. And what do you think it is about Pulse that has really struck a chord with audiences?
I think that it's reflective of the times of Miami. It's multicultural. It's got one of the biggest Latino ensembles around on television right now. The bilingual aspect. Also, the young, beautiful cast. And they're youthful, and we've never really seen them before. So that's always exciting to see a brand new set of faces.
Yeah, you just touched on it. Your character, Dr. Natalie Cruz, is bilingual. Why was that so exciting for you?
I have always wanted, I grew up bilingual, and I've always wanted to act in Spanish. And it came so natural, us being doctors in Miami, my co-star, Nestor Carbonell, and we get to use our own accents. So that's really exciting, and it's great to be seen. People see themselves up there, so that's always great.
And of course, we know that like hospital room dramas have done so well. They're so relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So let's say the show gets picked up for another season. What do you hope Dr. Cruz could get into?
Well, I think that I'd love to see her get into something with the new doctor who came over and took over her ER.
Oh.
To see the battle between both of them. He's also another Latino actor, which is really exciting. And the writers are so good. Let's see what happens.
Ooh, and so you're not only busy with that, but as we mentioned before, you're also lighting up Broadway and Real Women Have Curves, the musical.
Yes.
And it's like a full circle moment for you.
Yeah. Dream come true. I've always wanted to be on Broadway. I've always wanted to originate a role, and it's such an important show. It's a full circle moment because I played the daughter 30 years ago in Chicago at Victory Gardens Theater. It was the world premiere of the play, and now I'm doing the musical version of it, playing the mother.
And one of the things that you say about this show is that people there get to see themselves represented in such a joyous way. What do you mean by that?
Right now it's just a tough time for Latinos. It's a bit of a tough time, and so to see your story up there, to see you being, to see that somebody understands what you're going through, something that you can relate to. People that always have seen themselves don't understand what it means to see yourself, don't understand what it means to see yourself represented, and to see yourself represented in such an authentic way on all levels. So it makes me very proud to be a part of that.
And so you have touched on that in so many different ways, being able to act, speaking both English and Spanish and using your own accent. What would you say to that little girl who grew up in Miami, who is now living out her wildest dreams?
Who grew up in Miami?
I'm sorry. You said the Miami accent.
Yeah. I grew up in
Yeah.
Chicago. But for any little girl who grew up in Miami, Chicago, New York, any little Latina, I say yes. You see, when you see yourself up there, you know you can do it. Like somebody's looking at you and they said, I can do this. Someone's looking at you and saying, I can do this. And hopefully someone's looking at me and saying, I can do
We're
that.
in Chicago. I'm from DeKalb. Outside the
I'm
city.
from Humboldt Park, Logan Square.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So like in the
yes,
city.
in the city.
Okay.
Yes.
Represent, girl. I love that.
Do you have, now that you're doing both though, you're television, I mean, obviously you've done films and now Broadway. Do you have a favorite? Is there something that you prefer, an energy of Broadway, the live audience that
I love
you gravitate
that,
to?
but Broadway's no joke. It is hard.
Yeah.
It is probably it's a lot harder than being on a set. And I have the most admiration for Broadway actors and Broadway stars. I love them both. It just depends on the project. I'm
well, you get to do it all, and you do it all.
Yes.
Justina, congratulations on everything. It's so great to have you here. We appreciate it. And you're going to be back on GMA Monday morning performing with the cast of Real Women Have Curves. Again, now in previews on Broadway.
And it's time for some sports in our morning. ESPN's Hannah Storm is joining us from Bristol, Connecticut to talk about the new Sports Center show, SC Plus, streaming on Disney Plus. Good morning, Hannah, and welcome. SC Plus, it's a brand new 15-minute daily show. It's based on one of SportsCenter's most popular segments, the Top 10. Tell us what viewers can expect.
It's so much fun. So you can live stream it on Disney Plus. So think of it as a supercharged Sports Center. It's 15 minutes. We start with the top 10 because there I am with my partner, my work husband there, Jay Harris. And as you can see, we're standing. We don't even sit down. This thing is so fast and furious. 15 minutes of the very best video of the day, all the stories you need to know. And the thing that's great about it is it moves so quickly. On Sunday, we do Sunday Fun Day, like all the crazy, wild stuff that happened. And you can see them working on it there, producer Rob Morgan and the folks in the control room. And it's just this fast-paced, really, really fun, everything you need to know, all the best video, all the best stories. And what we found so far, because we've been doing it a couple of weeks, is that you know how like people have really short attention spans? Well, people are watching SC Plus. They're watching almost all of it. They're staying with it. So I think we've really tapped into something that not only hardcore sports fans would love, right? Because you get everything all at once, but also people who maybe they're not the biggest sports fans, but it gives them enough that they can chat with their friends. They can be really up to speed on basically everything that's gone on in the sports world.
Well, you had me at Sunday Fun Day. So now that we're in on that, and you mentioned on that point, though, about it not being just for the hardcore sports fans.
Yeah.
What are some of the other things that might be appealing to people that might draw them into this show?
You know, I think it's great video, and I think it's great stories. And as you guys know, sports is, you know, just a microcosm of life, right? And it's about people overcoming things and people overachieving things. So there are people who have faced great obstacles, but are pushing through that. So I think we tell some of those really inspiring stories, and we tell them quickly. And I think in, you know, today's world when we're like scrolling through our Instagram and TikTok and we just want all that information right now, this gives you all that information, all those great stories, and then you're able to chat with your friends about it. And, you know, listen, sports is not a secret language, right?
Yeah.
I've always believed that sports is for everyone. And as one of the first women sportscasters that ever even did this kind of job, that's just sort of been a mantra of mine. Like, sports is for everybody, right? We should all be able to enjoy it and talk about it. And I think that's one of the beauties of SC Plus.
And now making it even more accessible. Come for the sports, stay for the storytelling. Hannah, thank you so much. And you can see Hannah on SC Plus exclusively on Disney Plus 7 days a week and on SportsCenter at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN.
All right, we're going to go back to our guy Gio Benitez in Washington, D.C., where the festivities are underway for the National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade. And Gio, we're a little bit past peak, right? But we're going to see plenty of flowers with the floats and the art. And we can see them behind you.
Absolutely, and we've got the stars already here, right? We have Ariel and Prince Eric right here with their gorgeous horse-drawn carriage. They are ready to go. You're ready to go?
They are heading off to the parade and getting us started here in Washington, D.C.
Gio, how many years has this festival been happening?
You know, I told you in our last hour that the cherry trees, they were a gift from Japan in 1912. But here's a fun fact. It turns out that school children actually started something similar to this, a version of this festival in 1927. And then the festivities just expanded in 1935. They've just been growing ever since. It now lasts 4 weeks and brings 1.5 million visitors to the area every year. Guys, isn't that incredible?
All right, give us your personal take here. What is it, you've done this a couple years now, that you love the most about being part of this event?
You know, it's really just a beautiful celebration, right? And it's not just about the trees. It's about the people here. People are so kind. They are so happy. And remember that they were a gift from Japan. So this is a celebration of friendship in all forms. And it's really fascinating to see, guys.
We are so excited that you're there, Gio. So excited for the day that is to come. You're going to have such a good time. The National Cherry Blossom Parade streams live on WJLA.com at 10 a.m. Eastern. Check your local listings to see if it airs where you are this morning.
Bye, Gio. We'll see you in a bit. And next year, Will Gans has the eco swaps that you can do to go green and save green for Earth Month. We got all the green and Will Gans in a moment. Now on GMA with a special message from shrinking actor Michael Urie. Take a listen.
Good morning, America! I'm Michael Urie. I'm the host of the 36th Annual GLAAD Media Awards, celebrating the absolute best in LGBTQ representation in entertainment. And you can watch tonight exclusively on Hulu at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. Please join us.
You heard it tonight. Promises to be a great show with big names like Cynthia Erivo, Doechii, and much more. You can see it exclusively on Hulu, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And that's coming up this evening. Janae, over to you.
All right, Whit. It is time now for ABC Secret Sales, celebrating Earth Month with eco swaps at terrific prices. You can shop these savings right now on our website, and Will Gans is here to tell us all about them. Welcome, Will. Let's start with something that
has as much bling as your personality does.
It's
dazzling.
Yes.
It's stunning. Yes. This
Yes.
is Clean Origin, and these are lab-grown diamonds. And how gorgeous are they?
Gorgeous.
Ethically created, conflict-free, and we have the diamond studs that are set in a 4-prong basket, white gold. There we have the tennis bracelets. I mean, this is so nice. Nothing says luxury.
And really, people are opting for lab-created diamonents much more these days.
It's such a great idea. We have 14-karat gold, 1, 2, 3, 4-karat total weight options there, which is
1, 2, 3, 4.
4-karat. What? There's something for everybody here today. By the way, 50% off and free shipping, so you can't.
Oh, we
beat
love that deal. Okay, going eco-friendly in the kitchen.
Yeah, this is a game changer for cookware. This is any day, and it's cookware for everything. Get this. It works for cooking, storage, reheating, all in one dish. It's a 3-for-1. So we have 6-piece sets that are oven, microwave, and dishwasher safe.
Wow.
So you don't have to be switching,
making more dishes
exactly.
as you're doing it.
No plastic wrap needed anymore. The great thing about this, 30% off and free shipping on the 6-piece set.
And these are good tops that lock in solid. Not that
you were putting them to the test in the commercial break.
Mama likes those.
Yeah.
Okay, this brand is so good for skincare.
Yes, this is Cora's, and it is born out of the oldest homeopathic pharmacy in Athens, Greece.
Ooh,
so it is going to unlock your inner Aphrodite, baby. A couple of products that I want to shout out here. We have the Santorini.
The Velvet Skin Drink.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I've been using it.
Put a little on my,
Yes.
I just want people to be like,
Yes.
is that a Greek god? No, it's Will Gans.
Will Gans.
Yeah, exactly.
Closest you'll get.
You just feel your skin drinking that in. It's so
and
nice.
It's not too heavy.
People also love the foaming cleanser. I love this scented lotion right here.
Smells really good.
Something for every type of skin concern that you might have today. All 50% off deals starting at $10.
Oh, we love a good deal like that. This is a GMA viewer favorite?
Yes. This is Clean People laundry detergent sheets. These are pre-measured, so you just pop one of these in your washing machine, and it does all the work for you. No more big tubs, no more pods. It's good for the environment. It's good for you. 96 loads for just $21.
What?
Yeah, can't beat that.
And if it's a small load, it looks like you could break it in half too.
You could save a little bit of money. And then last but certainly not not least, USB lighter
Save on
company.
lighter fuel.
Yeah, this is so smart. You get rid of those butane chargers. It charges just like a phone. All you have to do is this,
That's
and
what
it
we've got
lights a
at home.
candle, a campfire, anything like that. I love partnering it with a candle as a housewarming gift or a hostess gift. Yeah, and these recharge so you never have to buy another one.
Thoughtful Greek goddess. We love it. I said goddess. I'm so sorry.
You're not
We've partnered
wrong.
with all these companies. You can scan the QR code or head to our website, goodmorningamerica.com.
And thank you so much for starting your day with us here in New York and in Washington, D.C., guys.
Hey, Gio, yeah, you can catch more weekend news and weather coverage over on ABC News Live.
Yeah, enjoy the parade, everybody. Have a great day.
And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy your
See you,
Saturday.
Gio.